What's up, guys? Pop by Pigs for Life here, and today we're back with another episode of Conservation Carnival in Planet Zoo. As the sun is rising on our zoo, or rather, series of zoos, we have a lot to get done today. So, right off the bat, if we check in on our dingoes, they're about to have more babies. Let's see, any day now. Just wondering, what happened to the other baby? Did it grow up? Let's check. Wow, they grow pretty fast. I mean, this was a couple episodes ago, but still, they do grow fast. Ooh, looks like it's happening. Oh, we got another baby. This time a baby girl. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, maybe the sun was setting, actually. Oh. Yeah, you can tell it's been a while since we've been here. I don't even know what time it is. So anyways, like I had mentioned previously, we have a lot to get done. So, this video, here's my plan. So, I know I said I was going to do the African videos last video. I may or may not have said that. But if I did, I changed my mind. We're going to be doing the Australian exhibits. That is because, as of the Oceania pack, we got a new Australian animal. That being the Quokka. Currently the only animal in the game that starts with a Q, which is pretty neat. Right here. These guys are cute little buggers. And as you can see, they have interspecies bonus with the emus. So, but you might be thinking, wait a minute, aren't the emus going to be with the wombats? And also, aren't they unable to have guests enter the habitat? Yes, but I have an idea, which I will show in just a minute. But first, one thing I really want to do is, if we go into the different canine habitats, the view isn't that great. Same with the dingoes, or well, not many people have gone here. And same with the maned wolves. So, what we're going to do is we're going to add some of the new viewing domes. Yeah, and I actually have a pretty good idea on what I want to do. So, what I'm thinking is, I'm thinking of incorporating, the viewing dome entrances into the, houses. So, we're gonna use the invisible fence. I'm gonna attach it right here. Habitat required. So, watch this. What we're gonna do is we're going to add this here. But then watch this. We're gonna get rid of that. Shorten the length by 1. And then what we're gonna do is we're going to move it ever so slightly, so that way it doesn't touch the edge. So, and then we could probably reinforce it with some rocks and what have you. But if we go into the dingoes, where are the dingoes? Let's go into the baby. The space is so small that they will not be able to squeeze through. But we will probably reinforce it with some like building pieces or whatnot. So then all we have to do is same thing right here. That the gap is barely noticeable. Yeah, the gap is pretty noticeable. That's okay. Like I said, we can cover that up. And now, if we go into the viewing dome entrance, it is now it's now connected to the exhibit. So I'm just gonna scatter a few around so that way we'll be able to see the dingoes, and I'll also make sure to like blend them in as well, of course. because we don't want them to stand out. There we go. So I tried my best to hide them, and I think that they look just fine. So now we gotta do something about these, we need to do something about these gaps. We need to fill the genetic gaps with frog DNA. Alright, I think that should do it. Right here is where the fence is not connected. So now we just have to do the same for the other habitats. And as you can see, all of the exhibits have what? Why is this? What? Huh? Found the problem. Now let's get that view. Wow. Hopefully that should be a much better view. Let's check in here. Yeah, hopefully that should be a better view. But yeah, so, I mean, thinking about it, what I probably could have done is I probably could have made, like, I don't know, like a little bit of, like, a side street, but, like, I mean, it's kind of too late now. Though, I mean, maybe I could make, like, some side streets. I don't know. Like, going around the exhibit. Who knows? If the view doesn't, like, really improve, then, I'll consider it. But anyways, we've got a lot of zoom management we need to do. First of all, we need to release all of these armadillos. And now on to the main order of business of this video, the petting zoo. So, like I had mentioned, we are going to, be, making the Australian exhibits first because of the quokkas that were just added. And now you might be thinking, if we're going to have the quokkas with the emus, how are we going to be able to also have guests go through their exhibits? I will show you. So first, we're going to make a little area for the quokkas. Alright, I think that should be a large enough area. So now, so one thing that I had realized is that, okay, so, we're going to duplicate one of these, hard shelters. We're gonna put it right here. Yeah, there. So then, hang on. Let's pause that for just a minute. What we're gonna do is, we're gonna separate these two areas using the hard shelter. So what we're gonna do, actually no, let's get rid of that. We're going to add in a door frame. So let's see, if we go to theme, we go to aquatic. Yes, aquatic. Right here. Don't worry, I'll change the color later. And then what we're going to do is, so one of the enrichment items that the quokkas can use is the log enrichment. So, so the log that they can crawl through, the log tunnel, same difference, is obstructed by the, bedding. We get rid of that for just a sec. We put that there. Okay. We're gonna put the bedding back. Perfect. What we're gonna do is this. we're gonna sink into the ground. And we're going to add a smaller piece. We're going to change that to different colors. There. So now what will happen is, because this enrichment item is here, the quokkas will be able to pass through into this little area, but the wombats and the emus cannot. This is a pretty big brain move if you ask me. So, yeah. So, and of course we have to add in, the gate. There we go. So, now all we have to do is wait for the quokkas to get some with good genetics. I was able to buy a male. We just need a female. So in the meanwhile, what I think we're gonna do is I think in the meantime we're going to do the red kangaroos, the koalas, and the red-necked wallabies. But first I need to make sure, do we have a work zone? I want to say we do. Work zone. Petting zoo. Yeah, we do have a work zone. Okay. Perfect. Also, before we get started, let's just check. How's the view doing? Not good. Alright, so, that might need to change in the future. Have a little bit of a side street going on. In between the dingo habitat and the main wolf habitat, and then, like, right here. But yeah, that's going to be a problem for future me. So, in the meantime, what we're going to do is we're going to, we're going to add in the Australian animals. So specifically, we'll start with the quokkas, or not the quokkas, the red kangaroos, the red-necked wallabies, and the koalas. There we go. And then once we get the quokkas, we will move swiftly onto the quokkas. So yeah, let's get started. Alright guys, so we've got quite a lot of animal facts to get through, so I'm going to try my best and keep them short and sweet. So we're going to start with the red kangaroos. So the red kangaroo is the largest living species of kangaroo, with adult males being able to stand at over 6 feet tall. These guys can survive on very little water, making them well adapted for life in their natural habitat, the open plains of inland Australia. This next fact, which is about the red-necked wallabies, does also apply to the red kangaroos, and this is talking about their kickboxing matches. So, usually, these matches are between opposing males when fighting for females, and they'll usually start with the individuals squaring up and scratching their necks, chest, and shoulders as a means of intimidating the other male, and if that doesn't work, then they will resort to scratching and kicking the other opponent. So, the reason they're able to throw off these powerful kicks is by using their large tails for balance. With some species of kangaroos, these kicks are even powerful enough to disembowel a human being. However, they're able to withstand these powerful blows thanks to their added skin on their bellies. Okay, moving on to the koalas. So, one fact I found really interesting about koalas is that their name originates from the Aboriginal word for no drink. This is because koalas get a lot of their water from the food they eat, most notably eucalyptus leaves. Speaking of eucalyptus leaves, koalas are able to digest these poisonous eucalyptus leaves thanks to specialized gut bacteria as well as special enzymes in their liver. So, as you can see, doing a little bit of terrain work for the kangaroo, wallaby, and koala enclosure. I mean, I know that the red-necked wallaby fact seemed a little bit more leaning towards kangaroos, but I do promise that we will be seeing the red-necked wallabies in a future zoo playthrough. Again, I'm not going to spoil what it is. It's a surprise. Yeah, so adding a little bit of rock work, decided to add in a little pool for the koalas and the wallabies to use, not so much the koalas, because, well, like I said, they sometimes drink from like watering holes and whatnot, but a lot of the water that they need is achieved via the eucalyptus leaves that they eat. In fact, I don't think that they're the only animals that get the moisture from their food. I think like giraffes get a lot of their moisture from the food they eat. Just adding a little bit of cattails and other like foliage. I'm really happy with how this enclosure turned out. The second one was alright, but yeah, this one is like really good. Like, you get that open feeling of like an Australian like grassland. I mean, I've never been to an Australian grassland, so I wouldn't really know. But what I'm trying to say is you got like the open feeling, but you also have like the trees for the koalas, and I'm really happy with how this turned out. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and move on to the emus. So, did you know that the emus have 2 sets of eyelids? One set is for closing their eyes, obviously, while the second, more transparent one is used for keeping dust and sand out of their eyes. Also, emus used to be heavily hunted in Australia, and of course many people know about the famous Emu War, where during the Great Depression, emus were targeted for, destroying farmland. The farmers weren't too happy about that, so they enlisted the military, yes, the military, to go out and machine gun, yes, machine gun, the emus. They did successfully manage to, kill, like, a good, like, 1,000 emus, out of the 20,000, so, yeah, don't worry, they're not, like, extinct, but then I believe that farmers, like, eventually, like, found, like, better fences and stuff, so yeah, I'll definitely make sure to link a video. I know a good one made by, none other than Oversimplified himself. He's a pretty good guy. I know a lot of, like, history because of Oversimplified, so credit to him. Now, anyways, so now we're going to move on to the common wombats. So to begin, I think it's important to point out the 3 different types of mammals. There are the placental mammals, which make up a good majority of all mammals. There are the marsupials, which are known for having those pouches. And there are the monotremes, which are known for laying eggs. Although wombats are classified as marsupials, their teeth never stop growing, much like rodents, which are classified as placental mammals. Speaking of teeth, a group of wombats is called a wisdom, which I find pretty fascinating. So now, last but certainly not least, we've got the new addition to the game, the quokkas. So, the quokka was first discovered in the 1600s by Dutch sailors, and the majority of the quokka population can only be found on small islands off the southwest coast of Australia. However, there is a small population of quokkas found in the southwest tip of mainland Australia. With that being said, there are more quokkas found on the aforementioned island than there are on mainland Australia. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed those animal facts. So, yeah, so one thing I did, like, earlier that you might have seen is I added in some elephant grass underneath the, like, really short fence. I got that building trick from Delay Designer, because, yeah, I've been watching a lot of her Eco Island zoo. Yeah, it's a pretty cool playthrough. I highly recommend it. Basically, it's a lot like the Endangered Species Zoo, only better, and it's on an island. Well, I mean, like, by better, I mean, like, she's a lot more patient when it comes to, like, building, like, her own stuff in Planet Zoo. Like, yeah, like, the thing, like, I find that I really don't have that much patience to, like, meticulously, like, work with the, like, really, like, intricate pieces. So that's why I use a lot of the in-game blueprints in my zoos. So, yeah, but you know what? I don't think my zoos turn out to be half bad. So, yeah, honestly, like, I was really excited to do these Australian exhibits because, like, I feel like I never use the Australian animals. Like, I only, like, really use them, like, once in, like, an Australian themed zoo. So, like, basically what I did was I made, like, the Tamani Roadside Zoo. I turned that into, like, a sandbox thing. And I, like, did my best to, like, make it look somewhat good and dedicate it to all Australian animals. But yeah, so, alrighty guys, so here's the finished product. So, yeah, so, you know what, let's go into first person mode and do this, explore mode. So right in here, we've got the Quokka habitat. I did decide to get rid of the log. Don't worry, the Quokkas can still get in here. In fact, you can see one right now. Oh my gosh, she's so adorable. She's so adorable. No wonder they're called the happiest animals on Earth. They are so adorable. So yeah, so if we go into the traversable area, these guys can get in here. Obviously, the emus cannot. But if we look, the wombats are literally too thick to fit through this entrance. It's going back in there. But yeah, so all the toy enrichment for the Quokkas are in here, so that way we can encourage them to, like, come in here. So if we walk in here, this is the Red-Necked Wallaby enclosure. You can see them hopping around. See a couple. Ooh! Yes, obviously, I had to name the male kangaroo the baby, because if you've ever watched the Urban Rescue Ranch, you will know what I am talking about. Same thing with, Big Ounce. Anyways, we've got a bunch of stuff going on. Prairie dog's dying. Yeah, okay. Striped skunk had babies. Sweet deal. Good stuff. And Armadillo's about to have more offspring. So yeah, this is a Red-Necked Wallaby, and already they're expecting offspring, so good stuff. So anyways, one thing I want to know is, where are the koalas? Where might we find the koalas? Let's check. One is on the tree. Oh, one's climbing down from the tree. The other one is on the ground. Now, it's very rare that you see a koala on the ground. So, that's why I want to include plenty of trees for these little guys. But yeah, all in all, like I had mentioned, this enclosure looks amazing. Like, there are places where it's nice and open for, like, the kangaroos and the wallabies. But then there are also plenty of forested areas for the koalas. Already oh yeah, we saw the baby, with one of his wives. And right over here, basically what I would imagine is you would get your emu feed, and you'd be able to feed the emus. And you can also see the wombats in here. These guys are cute little buggers. And the emus. Yeah, no, I'm really happy that the emus got added into the game. And the wombats, for that matter. Ooh, are they about to mate? I think they might be mating. Yeah, I think they're mating. Cool. What's going on here? Oh, yeah. Prairie dog died. So, yeah, that would actually be a good idea, is to put, like, a little, information stand, and that's, like, where you get the feed. In fact, I could probably do that in a multitude of different places, so, like, maybe right here. Right here, I can put one. Oh, and the sun is coming up. Yeah, let's see this place. The sun. Good stuff. Very good stuff. Also, how is the view for these guys? Okay, this one's definitely gotten better. What's wrong with them? Don't know. This one's gotten a little bit better. And this one's gotten a lot better, so the viewing domes are actually helping. I mean, granted, there are a lot more wolves in here than, like, the dingoes and the maned wolves. But yeah, so, I also think that recently we got fennec fox babies. We did get fennec fox babies. Aw, they're cute. These guys are cute little buggers. So yeah, so, also, one thing that I did do is I did add in, a bus right over here, so that we can hopefully get more guests. And we are getting guests! Oh my gosh, guys, let's go, we're getting guests. That's awesome. They just haven't walked all the way over here. But you know what, that's okay, we're getting guests into the petting zoo. Oh man, this is a dream come true. Having my very own petting zoo. So, now, what I think we're gonna do is, we've got a bit of time on our hands, so I think we're going to add in one last animal, and I think that animal is going to be the European Fallow Deer. So then, that means next video, or next episode, is going to be the African animals, and the Asian small-clawed otters. More on that a little bit later. But yeah, but for right now, let's get in some fallow deer. Alrighty guys, so it was a little bit difficult at first to find a new European fallow deer fact because, well, these guys already made an appearance in Samurai Sanctuary, but I was able to find something rather interesting. So, the European fallow deer can be found all throughout Europe. However, their original range was limited to Turkey and along the Mediterranean Sea. However, they have since been introduced throughout Europe via medieval hunting farms, where several individuals managed to escape captivity, thus forming wild populations throughout the rest of Europe. So that's actually something that I never really knew at first. So yeah, that's pretty neat. So, really quickly, while we finish, building this habitat, I really quickly want to discuss something with you guys. So, as you guys all know, I am currently in school. And so, over, like, the past, like, month or so, I've been very bogged down with homework. And, like, we're getting towards the end of the first quarter of the school year. So, yeah, because of that, I most likely will not be able to upload at least until the anniversary for Planet Zoo, which, let me just say something real quick. Planet Zoo's turning 3 years old this year. I feel old. But anyways, I digress. So, yeah, I do promise that this isn't the end. I will still upload videos when I can, but right now, of course, I do have to put school and my studies before YouTube. So, yeah, because of that, most likely I will not be able to upload within, like, the next 2 weeks, at least until the, anniversary for Planet Zoo and the anniversary for Jurassic World Evolution 2, which are pretty back-to-back. So, Yeah, so I do appreciate those of you who have been patient with me. And like I said, this is not the end. I will keep uploading videos for the foreseeable future. However, they're gonna be delayed because, like I said, I do have to put school first. But yeah, so with that being said, yeah, just finishing up the fallow deer enclosure. I didn't really know what to do in this general area, so because of that, I'm just adding an absolute ton of flowers. I could probably put like a solitary like oak tree there, and I am decorating with some azalea bushes. Yeah, I did end up later on using the like twilight like rustic windmill, and I turned that into like where you would get the feed for the fallow deer. Yeah, as you can see right now, it used to be a Street Fox coffee place, but yeah, so I was able to modify it, and the bags like throughout the windmill like actually like resemble bags of feed. So yeah, so I made one here, and I made one over by the emu enclosure. So yeah, and of course getting rid of all the Halloween stuff, though I mean it is spooky season after all, so I probably should have kept it, but I mean like outside of Halloween it probably wouldn't make sense. Again, using the elephant grass tactic, and the fallow deer were not able to get out once I added in this last little piece. And it provides like a pretty decent view of the fallow deer. So yeah, so the rest of the time lapse is pretty much just adding azalea bushes where I see fit. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say at the moment. Hope you guys enjoyed the time lapse, and I'll see you at the end of the time lapse. Alright guys, so here is the finished product. So, guests can get a nice view of the fallow deer from this, area, from the shortened fence. There's some nice looking azalea bushes all along here. Guests can also get a nice view through here. Or they could get some food from, this guy, and they can go right in. And if they're lucky, they can feed the fallow deer. So yeah, so this is the fallow deer enclosure. Doesn't really look that bad. Little bit of forest here and there. Little bit of vast meadow. Got a little bit of a pond. And I added another shelter. Also, quite a lot of our animals have had offspring. I believe our timber wolves had more offspring. Did they? Oh no, that's the maned wolf. Where baby maned wolf? Let's see. Oh, we got little Jorge. I think that's how you pronounce George in Spanish. Raccoons are about to have offspring. And also, a lot of our new Australian animals had offspring, or they're expecting offspring. So, alright, looks like, oh no, the wombats are hungry. Okay, he's going over there to inspect. bit of a walk. We got some baby emus. My voice just cracked like 1,000,001 times. Oh, they're so cute. Oh my gosh, I love these little guys. Look at that little eye. It's so adorable. Let's see what else we got. Ooh, that's a long name. Let's see what other animals we got. Quokkas. Oh, the wombats are expecting offspring. What about the quokkas? Both quokkas are expecting offspring. Wallaby's expecting offspring. Let's see what else is in here. Koala's expecting offspring. But we did get a little baby girl, little baby kangaroo. Oh! Hanging out with mom. Isn't that just the cutest thing you will ever see? Hang on, let's take a good look. Oh, look at her. She's so cute. Man, but I'm really happy with all that we've accomplished in this episode. We got a lot done. We got the Australian animals. Oh yeah, here's the second little food thing where you get food for the emus. So like I was saying, we got the Australian animals. There's a little decoration to indicate that this is the Australian section. And we also got the fallow deer. So, yeah, so we got quite a lot of animals in. So, like I had mentioned in this previous time-lapse, you guys are probably not going to really see anything for about the next 2 weeks or so. At least until the 4-year anniversary of Planet Zoo, not the 3-year anniversary. That was last year. Man, I feel old. But anyways, I digress. So, yeah, so for the next 2 weeks or so, I need to really hammer down my studies. So because of that, I will not have as much time to upload anything. So, yeah, like I said, I do really appreciate your understanding and your patience. And this is not the end, I promise. I will keep uploading as much as I can, and I will work on videos as much as I can. But for right now, I just got a lot on my plate. So, with that being said, that is going to wrap up today's video. So, next episode, we will add in the African animals. So, the warthogs and the springbok. No, the warthogs and the Thompson's gazelle will go in here. I'll once again use the trick, the elephant grass trick. Aardvarks, meerkats, and springbok will go in here. And then we'll also do the Asian small-clawed otters. So yeah, that's going to be next episode. But with that all being said and done, that is going to conclude today's video. Really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If so, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe to see some more Planet Zoo and Jurassic World Evolution 2 content. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.